Hi. So, I thought I'd maybe do a video of myself before I go away this coming Friday for my treatment in Albany. So, I'm going to be having a test done on Saturday morning, and then the big day is Monday morning, and then a follow-up on Tuesday. So, well, if everything goes fine, then I'm hoping I'll be heading back. Hopefully showing signs of some sort of improvements is what we're hoping for, but you never know. So anyway, I thought I'd just show you you know, what's been happening to me this past year anyway. I was diagnosed in 2005, and since then you know, I've been having my share of problems, like everyone out there with MS. And anyhow, this past year has been the most rough and most challenging, to say the least. It's 2009 was not such a good year as well, but I was a little bit more mobile in 2009, using a cane off and on at times, and a chair from time to time when I needed it. But since January of this year, I have basically been extremely immobile at times. Well, to the point where I could barely move. So I was pretty much confined to my couch in this room here for this past year, for the most part. And you know, as you can see, we have a two-story house, stairs, and I can't walk up the stairs, and so therefore I haven't been upstairs in a while, and so I basically live in my living room, and my husband does pretty much most of everything around here. I can get dressed myself, struggling a bit, but I can get dressed, and I can wash myself and so forth, and brush my teeth, but I can't cook meals, I can't clean, I can't go out into the backyard, I can't drive, I can't cook, you know, or anything like that. So, you know, all those things have been taken away from me in the last year, and it's been really hard on my husband as well, because he works a full-time job. I was working up till August 2009, but I also needed my husband to take me in that summer because I was getting worse, and I could no longer walk with a cane for a while. So anyhow, I lost my job, I got laid off, and it was just getting too hard to go to work anymore, and so I've been off over a year now. And anyway, so I just wanted to show you like where my mobility's at right now. So anyway, I managed to get from the couch to this chair. So this is how I sort of hop, more or less, or wiggle my way around with my one foot, which is my right foot. I can move that, which I'm also having some problems with recently this year. It's also starting to spasm at times, mostly in the mornings when I wake up, but I still have use of it, and I can still put my weight on it, and so this is how I get around with my one leg, at least, you know, to get myself into my chair. And my left leg, well, first of all, I'm going to try to get into the chair. So I'm going to turn this chair around so I can like reach for my other chair, and then I basically have to use a stool here and furniture to try to stand up, and then I sort of swivel around on my right leg, and then I sort of wiggle across the floor, and then I sit down into this chair, which is not a real wheelchair. It's what you call a transport chair, and so therefore I'm able to push around with my right leg, which I can lift fairly easily, but it gets pretty tired pretty fast. Like, I get fatigue all the time, which is really hard and exhausting at times, but some days are better than others. And so like I can lift my right leg, so this leg has better use, but my left leg, I can barely lift it without putting all my strength onto the arms of the chair. And so I can move my foot though. I still have movement in it, but I just can't use it like to walk or jump or run or anything like that. So, and it's pretty painful, the spasms. If I put too much weight on it, it feels like it's gonna break at the knee. So it's pretty fragile. And anyway, so very limited mobility with this left leg, and difficult to lift because the strength just isn't there with atrophy in the muscle and so forth. So anyway, I use my right leg to try to push myself around, but I don't do this too often because it gets really tiring after a while, and I can only do it for a bit. But I do it to try to keep somewhat mobile and give myself some sort of, I guess, exercise or keep things moving. So I can go all the way over here, and I can go to the kitchen for a bit and, you know, maybe do a couple of things there, just wiping up or making, I've tried to make a tea at the odd time, but it's very hard to stand at the counter because, like I said, I can't stand up very straight. So this is not too bad right now, actually. My leg was really bothering me this morning. Anyhow, but oh, that feels good. Yep, so I can stand up a bit on one leg. My other leg is bent because it's usually bent permanently all the time. I can't straighten it, and so I pretty much have to hold something to keep my balance, and then I get all this side here, which is not too bad right now, but the more I use it, or the more I strain the muscles doing things, when I move around and do things, I end up with it all tensing up down the side and locking up on me. And I guess it's called the MS hug. I think it gets really tight all around here, like a tight elastic almost, and painful and aches. And I know I've reached my limit and I can't do any more. So once I relax and sit down and rest, it seems to eventually wear off and feels better after a while. But anyway, so like I said, I can push around with my chair and, you know, do the odd thing, but my husband does mostly everything for the most part, all the physical stuff. And then so I get back into the chair, I just sort of wiggle over, and get in to the chair. So, and then my next task is to make it over to the couch, which is not that far. It's like maybe a foot or two, like wiggling again. And then I'm pretty much planted there for like most of the day, off and on. Like, I do get up. Sometimes I can eat at the table for a meal. Sometimes when my leg's really bad and really sore, like problems with spasms and stuff, I have a little table where we put it in front of the couch and I eat at that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So yeah, so I hopefully I'll be able to make a post video after my treatment, and hoping, big hopes that yikes, that, you know, any kind of improvements would be just fantastic. And anyway, just hoping, lots of hopes. Anyway, thanks. Talk to you again. Bye.